Before we undertake the duty of giving Peter a really uncomfortable ride for a few minutes, it's part of my official duty to also thank the bridesmaids, Moira, Jodie and Sarah, where you are, and their junior bridesmaid, my daughter Tori, and the beautiful little flower girls, Amy and Emma, also my daughters. Talk about taking over. And we really thank you for allowing them to play a part in your special day. And I have to say that they all look wonderful and have done an excellent job. Indeed, they're only eclipsed by Catherine herself, who I'm sure you'll all agree looks stunning. Yeah. Peter just looks stunned. So, I was going to tell a joke about the Queen, but we'll probably not do that until later on. So the day has finally arrived and my wee brother Peter finally settles down. Peter, many will have said, don't do it. In fact, I could point out a few of them right now. I won't. And Kate, quite a few of them have probably said to you, don't do it, Kate. Don't do it. But as my mother has often said to me, you've made your bed, now lie on it. And everybody who knows Peter knows he has never made his bed in his life. The wonderfully spoken words of the minister are still ringing in my ears, for better, for worse. And Peter, you could do a lot worse. Kate, you could do so much better. As you see, you may have noticed that there is a slight age difference between Peter and I. You know, it doesn't take a genius to work out there's actually 13 years between us. And although experts would say that it really only looks about 5 or 6. But I've often wondered why, you know, there was maybe 13 years of difference. We'll not go into it. But when I was 13, like a bolt from the blue, along comes this wee ball of poo and dribble. And he disrupted the whole household. To say shocked would be an understatement. From the early years, Peter was insufferable. In fact, I'm fairly sure that I tried in earnest to run away from home quite a few times. Just not only for tranquility and a bit of me time, but to get away from all the baby chat in the house, the cooing, the gurgling, the slabbers, dribbling, oohing and ahhing, and that was just Dad. I can recall a few stories about it. We went to the Isle of Man because we were really up in the world at that point. And when we set for that sail, for that glamorous side, Peter had no teeth. I babysat one night with Mum and Dad without clubbing, not seeds, to a disco. In fact, I can now recall that the hipsters that they were, they went to see Rita McNeil and Susan McCann. Yes. When they returned, Peter had 4 new teeth and had gone through a full packet of Pampers. Thank you. Thank you. Scarred for life. I left home really by the time Peter was up and walking. I think we were about 7. I was away making my way in the world whilst Pete had the advantage of staying at home with his doting parents. I don't mean you were doting, I mean you doted over him. Being mollycoddled, getting all the gifts, the treats, the golf lessons, the holidays, the list goes on and on. Let's just say the things I didn't get because we were poor when I was a child. At least that's what they told me, they were just saving up to have him. That's actually not very fair. Mum and Dad never ever made a difference. They would have given us everything and anything had we asked, and we very often asked, and they very often did. One of my fondest memories of Peter growing up was how he resembled the comical character from the 90s who loved rave music. But he wasn't the best communicator. I'm sure you've heard of Kevin and Perry. They were characters created by Harry Enfield and Kathy Burke. Pete's similarities with Kevin from Kevin and Perry were unbelievable. He used to buy jumpers with the sleeves too long, then he poked a hole in it so he would put his thumb through for whatever reason. And when someone would be stupid enough to ask him a question, his answer would be, I don't know. I'm glad that you've grown out of that, haven't you? At this point in my speech, I'm going to take a short rest. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. And I'm going to hand you over to best man number 2. Well, I call him that, but he's actually best man number 3, because best man number 2 is in prison near Galway after the stag do. Something to do with impersonating a lady. I would now like to hand you over to Mr. Conor, what can I get you? Please remember that. And he will discuss with you the school years and the university years. And I can warn you now, ladies, Conor is a handsome young man. He is single and looking for love. Isn't that what you told me to say? However, he is an accountant, so you'll need your own bank account, be VAT registered, and earn at least 40k before you do that. Mr. Conor, what can I get you?